Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another WIP Wednesday. As you can tell from my voice, I am unfortunately still getting over COVID. I don't know how long it takes. And you know what? No one else knows either. So, um, I'm getting better though. Luckily, the stomach problems are mostly gone. I do get like the occasional bouts of like flare-ups with my stomach condition, and I honestly think that's from COVID irritating my stomach. But I still have a cough, unfortunately. I still sound sick. I still can't taste or smell. But yeah, I'll talk about that more in a minute. So I thought I would just keep working on this page that I'm doing in Nightfall. I just got this book and I'm coloring in it, so I'll get to use this for Lavelia's coloring hashtag, November Color Your Hoard. And I'm also using my new coloring log. So Color with Claire made this color page log. Now, do you have to buy this? No. Like you can make your own printable or do this in a sketchbook, which is what I was doing, but I kept being lazy about it. So I decided to buy this and give it a try. And it's actually not bad. I mean, I write down what I'm working on. I can even write down the hashtags I'm using the page for and my colors. So it kind of forces me to do it because I am really naughty about writing down my colors, and then people will ask what colors I used for that combo, and I'm like, I don't know. So I did buy this. I'll show it in my haul later. It'll already be used, but it is. D is for November. I keep wanting to say December. So I broke out my Derwent Pro colors. Gosh, these things are hard to love. I love them for hair, but for coloring, just good old-fashioned coloring, yeah, they're rough. They're hard on the hands. Yeah, I colored these raspberries in this basket yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'm accomplished. I think I'm going to base coat this little mouse in Distress ink and then use the Pro Color on top. But I'm just going to keep working away at the stems and leaves, and we'll chat. I need to grab a clip, though. Clip over here, so I will pause this and be right back. Okay, I just put my big clip here so it wouldn't keep opening on me. Get my colors going. I'm kind of like scatterbrained today. Well, I'm scatterbrained, or I have been scatterbrained every day since getting sick, but I'm rushing to find time to record my videos. I love Scout shaking. I love recording videos, and I feel bad you guys hear me coughing or clearing my throat, but they're very therapeutic for me. Like, I had taken a week off, and it actually bummed me out. Plus, I have a whole stack of things that I need to record. I have things sent to me from some publishers and manufacturers, and then of course some things I just want to swatch with you guys. I have some happy mail as well. I've just got piles, and I hate long to-do lists, but I've got like two competing forces here. So one is just my energy. Even when I wake up in the morning, I'm just tired, very tired, and it's like I didn't even sleep. Takes me forever to get out of bed. I used to wake up at 5:30 every day, and most of the time I'd wake up naturally. Like between 5 and 5:30, I would just naturally wake up, and I definitely don't do that now. My alarm wakes me up, but I'm not getting out of bed till like 7, and I hate it because I'm like, all of a sudden, like, I feel like my morning is just lost, Plus, I like to be up before the kids, get a little bit of a break. Oh, Scout is whining. I don't know if you guys can hear that on camera. Let me let her out because she doesn't care that I'm filming. Okay. Of course, it's raining today, so she's going to be covered in mud. We do have grass now, like I showed on last WIP Wednesday, so at least she's not completely going through mud all the time, but there would be no mud in our yard except one side of our yard. Gosh, how to explain this? We have two sets of double gates. Excuse me. So there's a set of double gates here, and then at the back of the yard, there's a set of double gates. Now, that is left as dirt because we're going to fill it with gravel and it'll be a driveway. And the reason for that is we actually own a ton of land behind our fenced property. Our fence is just where we're going to have grass, play area for the kids, our nice backyard. And then the property, I don't know, what we're going to do with that yet. But so we have to leave a roadway so that you can drive through both gates to get to the land behind our house. And so right now that is dirt, and we need to get that gravel in soon because the landscaper leveled it out for us, and it's going to get all wonky if we don't get some gravel down. But unfortunately that leaves mud, and little Scout loves to go over there and try to dig under the fence. With all these rainstorms, it's been easier for her to dig under the fence and escape. I do have her on GPS. Excuse me. And, it alerts me when she leaves, but I still got to go out there and get her, and it's getting really exhausting. But we're working on burying chicken wire. So you bury it like under the dirt, under the fence. And so once they get to it, it hurts their paws. So, that sounds awful, but they'll stop digging. Basically, they won't keep digging because it'll hurt to dig. So we're doing that, but it is a very long process, believe it or not, to install chicken wire under a fence. You got to dig it up and then connect it to something so that she doesn't have a way to grasp it and pull it. And then you got to fill it back. And so my husband's only gotten like one side of the fence done, and we got a lot of fence because we fenced off a lot of property. So he's going to be at that for a while. Good luck. But yeah, we need to get that. And once we get the gravel in, she probably won't even dig on that one side anymore because the gravel will be too much to dig through. But yeah, that darn dog, she digged up some of my new sod the other day. Oh my gosh. I was livid. I was like, could you not wait for my sod to be like a month old before you trash it? But it's partly my fault. She hasn't been getting her exercise. Now that it's cold, she's back to life. She's out of her hibernation, as I joke. So she's very hyper, and a hyper dog is never a good dog. Any dog owner knows that. And huskies require 2 hours of exercise a day, 2 hours of good exercise. And with me being sick, I haven't been able to take her on walks. I was gonna hook her up to my husband's bike like we used to do, and excuse me, you start pedaling for a little bit and then you have her pretty much do the rest, and she actually pulls you on the bike. And that, she can go for like 5-6 miles and still not be tired, but it does help deplete her so that she's not naughty and, digging and trying to escape or rolling in the mud. I had to cancel her groomer appointment because I had COVID at the time. And, oh my gosh, apparently she stinks. I don't know because I can't smell. But everyone who's been around her, including my family, said she smells awful. She's dirty. So I know that much, but I need to get her groomed. I have a lot of appointments that had to be canceled while I was sick or the family had COVID, like my nails. They're growing out. I don't think it shows on camera too well though, thank goodness. yeah, they'll be done on Friday. So, um, but yeah, so, oh, back to why I'm struggling to record videos. So I usually wait till the kids are at school and on the bus. That way the house is quiet. Even though I could close the door, it's just easier, less distractions. So I only have like a small window because my kindergartner like literally leaves the house 8:30 and she's back in 3 hours. And on short days, she's back in 2 hours. So I try to record in there, but also the basement is under construction. They are working on electrical right now and HVAC, and it's very loud. Some of my videos, you might hear some banging noises, but it's limiting my recording time because they'll start working pretty early and they'll work till past 5 and they work on weekends. And that's primarily because I told, the guy, hey, I just want this done. So you work whatever days your contractors, subcontractors want to work to do it ASAP. So they do show up on weekends. So it's really limiting when I can record. I swear, it always feels like they're under my bedroom because I had moved my desk to my bedroom so that I could have a door to close. And I always feel the ground shake under my bed, but they're not always under there because the basement's under the whole first floor, but it feels like they only work over here. I don't know. And it's probably because I'm trying to record, so it's always so loud. I mean, there's hammering, there's drilling, but I think once they finish the HVAC and electrical, they'll start doing insulation, and then I think we have to wait for the inspection before they can put up the sheetrock, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure it has to be inspected once before they sheetrock it. So we do have to wait for that. I was thinking of doing like a little short video maybe showing the progress. So originally my studio was going to be built in the basement. And that was, the original plan, but the lighting down there isn't the best. Now we do have a daylight basement, which means it's at least 50% above ground. The back end of our basement is 100% above ground, whereas the front is like 75%. It's hard to explain. It's weird how they build houses here in this state. That's all I gotta say. So basically your yard slopes because that's the only way half your house would be more exposed than the other. But yeah, so if you look at my house from the back end, it looks like a 3-story house. Whereas in the front end, it looks like a 2-story with a basement. It's an odd thing they do. But there's a room that's directly under my master, and that was going to be my studio. It's 100% daylight. It has good lighting, same lighting I would get now, except I'm in my master, I have monster windows. I'm talking like unreal, unnatural windows. They are almost floor to ceiling, and we have vaulted ceilings in the master. So yeah, they're ridiculously tall windows. So the lighting is just phenomenal. The lighting in my current office, the same thing, just a monster window, phenomenal lighting. And the window in the basement is just a standard basement window. So I'll have the same morning light issues I have now, but I'll have less daylight just because it's a smaller window. If any of the kids run by that window when they're in the backyard, it'll kind of dampen that too. And if we end up planting bushes, my lighting will be gone because it'll kind of be right there in front of the windows. So I was talking to my husband and I said, one, the lighting issue, the natural light. I like the natural light versus the artificial for recording. But also the kids' playroom is going to move down there. Right now they have toys in their bedrooms, but once the basement is done, all the toys get out of their rooms. That living room down there is really going to be built for them. It's going to be like more of the family type room, not the nice living room. um, and so they can go watch movies or something with their friends down there. So they won't be in their rooms much. So they would be in that basement with their friends, and the living room would be sharing a wall with what would be my studio. And so I told my husband that wouldn't really work because they'll be basically moving downstairs, and especially in the winter, they'll be down there all the time. And my studio will be down there, so I'm not really escaping the noise. At least in my master, right now I can be like, go up to your rooms. They go up to the second floor because my master's on the first. But yeah, so what we're going to do is my husband's man cave, as we call it, is currently upstairs on the second story, and it's right above my office. So he's going to move to the basement, and I will take what he's using now. And then, once the kids' toys and everything move downstairs, they'll never be upstairs, so it won't be so loud up there. And then also, since my office is the floor directly beneath it, there won't be any noise coming from below, obviously, because I'm the only one in my office, or should be. And then it's also, the way it's positioned on the second floor, it's in its own little corner. So it's not like I'm sharing a wall with any of the kids. So yeah, and it has a huge window, similar size to my office window. So I'll get a ton of daylight. And then it's also easier to film at the time of day I prefer from up there. So I'll be moving up there, and then he'll take the spare room in the basement. The other spare room will be the playroom / guest room until my son's older. I guarantee when he's older, he's going to want to move down there. He keeps saying no, but we all know he'll want to, because he's not going to want to be upstairs sharing a bathroom with two soon-to-be teenage girls, and he'll want his own space. We just know it, so it'll eventually become his. We'll have a living room. There's a whole storage side we're not developing. We're just going to use it for storage. But I'm going to, we're also building a home gym with the other room. So that one took the longest for them to work on, because originally it had just like this little door and we had them move the door to the center and turn it into a double door, because we're going to have double glass doors. So that took a while because they had to reframe that, but also that wall that was built is supporting my kitchen. So they had to do a little extra work to make that not collapse in. And of course it's supporting like the monster kitchen island. So I'm like, I'm still nervous. I'm like, this is how it's supported, right? Like, yeah, but they know what they're doing. I don't, but it's just nerve-wracking when they're like, yeah, this is a load-bearing wall, so we got to be careful to move, like, create these doors you want. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do this, but it'll look a lot better. It'll make the gym look really cool and more open. I mean, it's a big space as it is, but once you get equipment in there and stuff, I don't know, it'll just look nice, I think, with the double glass doors as opposed to just like a normal bedroom door. And then it'll help add some natural light in there too from the other rooms. So yeah, I think it'll look really good, but it's nerve-wracking. The whole thing is nerve-wracking because I'm like, when's it going to be done? How much is this going to cost me? Because they give you an estimate, but the estimate is not final. It can fluctuate, and it will based on, product prices, upgrades, anything we change out, like me changing the placement of a door. So yeah, I'm just like, but with them here all day working and banging around, it is very loud. So it's limiting when I can film. On top of that, with my daughter's school schedule, and then just my lack of energy and brain power. I mean, my brain is just gone by like noon. I mean, it's gone when I wake up, but it's really gone by like noon. I'm just like, huh? don't ask me to balance a checkbook or do anything afternoon. I'm having my son help my kindergartner with homework because I'm just so brain foggy. It's hard to explain. And then I keep getting these bouts of nausea because someone brought up a good point. COVID attacks where you're the weakest, and I do have my stomach condition, so that would make sense why my stomach was so afflicted. But unfortunately, COVID did flare up my chronic stomach condition that I had just gotten under control, like just gotten it better. So I'm a little mad about that because I had a few weeks where I was never nauseous, never had pains. It was so glorious, and it's like I started all over again. So yeah, like today I had to take my anti-nausea pill, which makes me very tired. And when I'm already tired and mentally taxed, it's not the best combo. You're kind of just like, blah. I can't taste or smell still. I know that can take weeks or months. I really hope it's just weeks though, because Thanksgiving, I need my Thanksgiving food. I live for that holiday. Oh my gosh. And I will be freaking devastated if I can't taste it. But also, like, I can't drink coffee. So it's the weirdest thing. I've tried a few times. I even tried this morning, like just hoping I would taste it. So, like, the weird aftertaste that coffee has. I mean, it's still coffee. I buy good coffee and it's still smooth and it's not like bitter and it's not like nasty aftertaste. It just has that weird acidic aftertaste. Well, I can't smell the coffee. I can't taste the coffee, but the aftertaste does come through, only it's like 10 times more than normal. So like I get this really nasty, bitter, funky taste. I can't even explain it. I've been trying to put it into words because people have been asking me and I'm like, I don't know, it's just nasty. It doesn't taste like coffee. So I tried this morning and I was bummed. I was like, okay, I gotta quit testing it because I'm wasting really good coffee because I just pour it out. Like I can't drink it and no one else here drinks it. I've been making tea, but it just tastes like hot water. Occasionally I get a hint of like something sour, like the green tea or lemon coming through, but that's it. And even then it's very, very subtle. I get more hot water flavor than anything. And I've tried chai tea, peppermint tea. My favorite tea is Moroccan mint, which is a green tea with peppermint. That is by far my favorite. But even that one, I don't get any flavor from. I even did like 2 tea bags. I was ultra concentrated and nothing. I'm not really a fan of black teas. And I know they're stronger, but I'm just not a big fan of those ones. So I haven't made any other than my chai tea, which does have black tea in it, I think. But it's got so many other spices. So yeah, I'm not even supposed to drink coffee because of my stomach condition. And it's the funniest thing because I've been like, in my head, I'm like, well, this is a good thing, because for the longest time before I got COVID, I was like, I need to quit coffee, but I can't. And then I didn't drink it while I was sick because I was sick to my stomach. And the last thing you reach for is coffee. But, I can't taste it. So I haven't had coffee in over 2 weeks. But I don't know. Coffee has been my morning routine for over almost 20 years. I was thinking about it the other day. Gosh, that shows my age, doesn't it? But over 20 years, it has been my morning staple. I wake up before the whole family. Excuse me. I mean, I even decorated or designed my living room with a chair. It doesn't face the TV. It faces just the windows, so you can look out at the beautiful mountain view I have. I think I've shared it on Instagram a few times. I was going to sit there, drink my coffee, and just watch the sunrise. And I mean, it's always been a tradition no matter what. I wake up early, I have a cup of coffee just in peace and, get ready for the day. And it's been my ritual, like I said, over 2 decades. So it's a hard one to let go. You kind of almost feel like your mornings are no longer the same. But yeah, it's been, so mornings are wonky. I'm waking up tired. I'm having trouble getting up. I can't even drink coffee for a boost. And here's the thing, when I am able to taste and smell, I will probably go back to my 1 cup a day, because that's what I cut it down to satisfy my doctors. And my stomach condition healed up really well with just that 1 cup. So I'm not like trying to justify it, but it would just be nice to have it back in my life. I don't drink wine or alcohol or anything like that, and coffee's like my one bad thing, I guess. I do have some cold brew pumpkin spice coffees in the fridge. I'm afraid to open one though, because they're only good for 7 days after you open them. And so I'm like really afraid to open it, because what if I can't taste it? Then it'll go to waste. So I'm like, oh, should I risk it? Because I'm wondering if I can taste those and they won't taste as nasty because they're mixed with things. Because there are certain things I can taste. Some foods do come through, others not. But that's a sucky part, because I have to stay away from acid. But you could feed me something spicy or acidic right now and I wouldn't notice. And I need to notice that because I need to know for my stomach condition. So I need the taste to come back, like yesterday. Basically where I'm going with this entire rant. So yeah, I do have a whole list of videos to get out, including my 5K giveaway. I was looking at my list today and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to really buckle down and get those videos. But like I said, it's, are the contractors here? Because when they're here, I can't do anything. So I'm just kind of hoping I'll be able to get some in today after I finish this one. I was going to work on some swatching videos and stuff. I still have my coloring book collection series I had started, and I had really intended it only to span over like 2 months, but yeah, that one is going slower than I had planned, so I need to get started on that again too. Lots to do, no energy, and then when I do, there's contractors here. But yeah, I love to film my videos. They, like I said, it's kind of like, it's almost therapy for me. Whether I'm doing a swatching video, a color and chat like this, a stream. So it's actually helping me feel better and more normal, hopping back into videos, if that makes any sort of sense. But and WIP Wednesdays have always been my therapy sessions, get to talk and work on a piece, and kind of helps me get through the piece too a little faster, especially like monotonous work like this, coloring all these leaves the same color. It's going to get monotonous after a while. But I didn't do this one in fall colors, really. I got some yellow on the ends, but it's not really fallish. But for some reason, this page just stood out, and I wanted to, play around with my pro colors, but I didn't want a complicated page because pro colors hurt my hands. So I wanted something simple to color. And this one stood out because I don't have to do a background. I can kind of just play around with the pro colors. I really like how the basket turned out. The berries, there's actually 4 colors in there, but the thing with pro color is they're just very hard. I mean, awesome that you don't have to sharpen. Like, look, I'm still sharp. So kudos there. Like if I do a demo with these, you won't hear my from my AF mat, but they're just very hard pencils, and they're wax from what I recall, not oil. So it's just like, what on earth? But yeah, it's just hard to get the color out. That said, I absolutely adore these for hair. Loved them. I used them that one time and realized, holy moly, these are amazing for hair because one, you never have to sharpen the darn things. I mean, do you know how long it's going to take for me to run through a Pro Color pencil? Even if I used them all this month, it's not going to happen. Like, so I mean, you definitely get your bang for your buck there. These last longer than polys. Polys wear down faster, so that's, if that can help give you a comparison. But yeah, for hair, these are amazing. You can get so many strands created, create all this depth and dimension. Oh my gosh, I love them for hair. Coloring, no, not so much. That's why I picked this one out. I also have a November countdown calendar from Gianna Prosperina on Etsy, and I've been coloring those, and basically whatever D medium I'm on that day, I use that to color in the Advent calendar. So yesterday's was the Pro Color, and today's I'll do that because I'm still on it. Hoping I finish this picture today so I can move on to something else. I did pick out some books and pages to color this month, but I'm not doing a video for it, only because a lot of times I'll pick out a bunch of pages and then go to color them, and I'm like, ew. Which is one reason I stopped the TBCs or what's in the bag videos, because a lot of times it made it feel like homework. I just didn't feel like coloring those pages anymore. But then I had showed them to you guys, so I was like, well, crap, now I gotta do them. Or a lot of times I would pick pages specifically just because they were part of a hashtag, and I no longer do that. If it participates in a hashtag, groovy, one I pick at random. If not, whatever. But I just don't want my pages I pick to feel like homework, and my mood, my coloring mood definitely, changes with the wind. Like, I'll be down to do a portrait and then pull it out later and be like, why did I pick this? I don't want to color this. So yeah, I mean, what I want to color today is not even what I want to color an hour from now sometimes. So, I mean, this wasn't even one of the pages, for example, I pre-picked for the month. I had sat down on Halloween it was after my stream, and I just sat there picking pages to color for November, and I had thought about recording it, but then I was like, no. But yeah, I sat there for hours going through books and picking pages, and this one wasn't even one of them. I was just like, I feel like trying the Pro Colors, for my hashtag right now. And so I'm going to use my Pro Colors. And then I was like, I don't want any of these pages for the Pro Colors. So yeah, that's why I just stopped doing those videos, and I can just do other content. But my mind changes clearly a lot more, so it's just easier this way. But this one does work out for that one hashtag for Lavelia's channel, and then my own hashtag, of course, for the letter D is for November, and it's practically Derwent month. I should have just made another tag for Derwent, but I didn't want to because I do have some non-Derwent items, but pencil-wise, it's all Derwent. I double-checked my stash after I made the video because I was like, I gotta have something. But no, but like I did say in the video, you could use Caran Dash, I have a lot of messages on my video for it, talking about it, and I feel kind of bad. I don't want anyone to, again, stress over this hashtag. It's meant to be fun. Use up your stash. If you don't have any mediums that start with the letter D, you can use colors that start with the letter D. Trying to think of colors that start with the letter D, though. Dioxin purple hue from Prismacolor, that one I can think of. I'm positive there's pencils with denim blue as the name. But yeah, you get the gist. Or, you know, like get creative, Caran d'Ache. That counts. I don't want anyone to stress over it. Like there's ways to participate. It's just about using supplies, really, more than having to use just one. And you can always do a different alphabet letter if you want, and just tag alphabet coloring challenge, because that's the year-long tag, because we're doing this monthly. But if anyone picks it up, you know, and wants to start at A this month, they can, just by using the alphabet coloring challenge. So plenty of ways to participate. I'm trying to be better about being on Instagram this month now that I'm not sick or my family's sick. Last month I really slacked off, so you guys would tag me and I didn't even respond, but I was so busy taking care of people who are sick, and then I got ill, and there was just no and I can't backtrack. There's just so many. So yeah, this month I'm trying to stay on top of it so that I'm not backtracking. So each day I'm on there double checking, and I still have my Create Your Colorful Fall. That'll end at the end of this month, you know, because fall will be over. It's no longer socially acceptable to call it fall in December. Gotta draw the line, I guess. But so yeah, you still have that, and that one is you color a fall page or paint to fall image, or turn something that's not fall into fall. Like I could have totally made this a fall page by making these all orange and greens and yellows, but I didn't want to. Raspberries, by the way, we had a raspberry bush at our old house. They actually come out in August. August and September are the best months when you're growing them, at least out here for me with the bush we had in our backyard. But the leaves never really changed. They had like tinges of yellow near the end of this season, and then they just turned brown. They never had like the traditional leaf colors, so that's why I went with this. And honestly, I was just looking for a small, simple picture to use these pro colors on. I do have a portrait that I'll be doing hair. I'm just debating what color hair I want to do. And then I do have a few tutorial requests, and I want to do some reviews of some of these mediums as well. I'm never in a rush to review. Like, I really don't care if I'm the first to review it or not. I actually got a request to review Prismacolor. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll review it. Like, I don't care if it's months, years, decades later. Like, because we all experience things so differently, and I think it's important. Like, I watch a variety of reviews myself. I don't watch just one and go buy it. Okay, let me rephrase that. Sometimes I do, but that's just impulse. But like, you know, when I was looking for the luminance and the more expensive ones, I definitely watched tutorials and reviews and was like, okay, are these going to work for me? You know, Holbein's were rough because there weren't many reviews, and all the reviews I found were positive. We all know how I feel about those things. Oh, which reminds me, we're getting closer and closer to the H month. What will that be? Let's see, E is December, F is January, G February, so March. Okay, I got till March. Yeah. Trying to think what else I'll have with the letter H. I got Holbein's. Some of my Felissimo sets have series that start with an F, or not FH. Oh my gosh. Will that literally just be a month of Holbeins? Ooh, I hope not. I do have some Holbein gouache, and I'm actually thinking of buying Holbein watercolors. Now, I don't like the Holbein pencils, but I like their gouache. I got them in an art box, and I've heard their watercolors are stellar. So I kind of want to buy some. But yeah, I've got to decide what I'm going to buy this month. Every month I buy like one big ticket item. Last month I went a little overboard, but that's because I got a bonus and I was like, you know, I work my butt off. I'm going to buy the rest of those Copics. Originally I was just going to collect pan pastels, but yeah, I do have to decide what my big item will be. I was thinking of maybe buying the rest of the Derwent watercolors pencils. I was gifted a 36 count set, and I'm kind of curious what the remaining 36 are. I wish I could just buy those 36, but instead, like in a tin. But unfortunately, I'll have to get them open stock. So I had thought of doing that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. There's no pencil brands like I'm really just jumping to get, or I'm in between. There's some I want to try, but I'm not as eager as others have been in the past for me. So that's the other thing. I'm just like, well, should I keep collecting my pan pastels? I do want to collect all of them. They're really fun to work with. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where my feelings go when I get there. But I know it's close to contractor time, so to avoid all of a sudden the loudness of my doorbell or drills, I think I'm going to call it good here. It's not too bad, but like I said, like if I was using polys or something, I'd get so much more dimension out of the color, whereas I'm just not getting that dimension. Now the basket did. I like the way the basket came out, but these berries, like I said, there's 4 colors in there, and they're just, I have a black, a really deep, rich red, and then some lighter reds, and they're just not popping. Now it could be the black background kind of sucking up the black and shading I did. Who knows? But I mean, pro colors have always been pretty hard. I mean, I've done this here, but it still looks kind of flat. And I am trying to keep it pretty basic, simply because pro colors kill my hand, and I'm not going to sit here and layer forever. But yeah, I am doing like 3 and 4 color combos. And like I said, I plan to base this with Distress ink if I have a light gray. I think I do. And then I'll go back and do some fur details. I guess I could have based these with Distress too, but that's kind of one of my bucket list items. Do more basing with marker and Distress ink. But I think I'm going to call it good here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for another WIP Wednesday and tolerating my clearing of the throat. I know it's obnoxious and I really do apologize, but I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me and all your support through everything with me being sick and whatnot. And I can't wait to talk to you all soon. I will be streaming on Sunday, as far as I know. I don't know what I'll be streaming. I am really struggling for ideas. So let me know in the comments below what you guys like to watch me stream. Do you want to see me just do a color and chat where I'm just working on a picture, kind of like here, but live? Do you want to see actual demos, swatching? What do you like to see in live streams? Let me know, because that is one thing I always struggle with. It's always like Friday, and I'm like, okay, time to pick what you're going to do. So let me know in the comments below if there's something you prefer. But yeah, I will see you guys live Sunday, and then hopefully I'll have some other videos come out this week as well. So until then, guys, take care and have a great week.